Hi, this is Mr. Nazarian. Our learning objective today, I can multiply decimals to the hundredths using what I have learned about place value. 5th grade standard, NBT 7. Okay, so we're going to start off with these two factors here. 3.64 times 4.5, or 3 and 64 hundredths times 4 and 5 tenths. So we're going to use the standard algorithm to solve this multiplication problem. So I'm going to go ahead and place these vertically, just because a lot of times that makes it quite easier. So, so you'll remember from our last couple days working with adding and subtracting fractions, decimals, excuse me, that is very, very important to line the numbers up by place value, so we always make sure that the decimal points are lined up. However, that is not something that we need to do when we're multiplying with decimals. So I'm going to go ahead and push this 4.5 all the way over, so the numbers are all pushed over to the right here. So do this while I'm doing this. So to repeat what I just said, when we are adding and subtracting decimals, it is very, very important that the decimal points are lined up. However, with multiplying decimals, we do not need to do that. So we are basically just going to ignore that there's even decimal points here right now. Just use your imagination and pretend that there are no decimal points, okay? We're going to pretend that we're multiplying 364 times 45, okay? And then we'll go back to reality. But for now, we're just going to ignore these decimal points. So multiplying, just using this standard algorithm, we're going to go 5 times 4, which is 20. 0 there, and a 2 up here in the next place value. 5 times 6, which gives me 30, plus the 2 that I carried here. It's going to give me 32. And 5 times 3 is 15, plus this 3 is going to give me 18. Okay, so I'm all done multiplying with that 5. Now I'm going to move over here and multiply with this 4, but since it's one place value over to the left, I need to put a 0 here, because remember we're right now pretending it's 45, so that'd be like multiplying on the tens place, right? So we need to put a 0 here. Then we're going to multiply 4 times 4, which gives me 16. Carry the 1. 4 times 6 is 24, plus this one is going to give me 25. Carry the 2. And 4 times 3 is 12, plus this 2 is going to give me 14. Okay, so just like using the standard algorithm with whole numbers, I'm going to now add up these numbers, and so I'll have 0 here. 8. Sorry, it's a little messy. 8 plus 5 is 13. Carry the 1. 4 plus 1 plus 1, it gives me 6. And then 1 plus nothing is 1. Okay. Now we need to remind ourselves, well, wait a minute. We weren't really multiplying 364 times 45. We were really multiplying 3 and 64 hundredths times 4 and 5 tenths. So we need to take into account these decimal points, which are really there. So if you'll remember from yesterday's lesson, when we're deciding where to place that decimal point, we look at the two factors, and we're going to look at how many digits are there to the right of each of those factors. So for this factor, for 3.64, I have 2 digits to the right of the decimal point. And for 4.5, for this factor, I have 1 digit to the right of the decimal point, which means I have a total of 3 digits that should be to the right of the decimal point, which means that my decimal point should be right here. So the answer to, or the product of 3 and 64 hundredths times 4 and 5 tenths would give us 16 and 380 thousandths, or, as you know, since this is a 0, it's the same as nothing, right? It has really no value. It can also be simplified or read as 16 and 38 hundredths. Okay. All right, so that is it for today, and we'll practice this, work on this tomorrow. All right, see you then.